Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. Today's the 19th of May, 2017, and many subscribers have sent me a link to this, but I've been watching this for a couple of days now. This is totally ridiculous nonsense coming from NASA, but once you wrap your mind around the fact that NASA is absolutely totally full of crap, this all makes more sense. But according to this article, NASA says humans take a beating when it comes to the environment. Sure, we're part of the natural order on Earth, but we're also at the top of the food chain. We get a lot of blame. We've driven things to extinction, habitat destruction, pure gluttony. Now, you see, they don't mention the fact that corporations, elites, wealthy people have done all these things. They've driven things to extinction. They've destroyed habitats. They're the ones that are clear-cutting rainforests all over the earth so that they can grow feed for cattle to make hamburgers at McDonald's, Burger King, so forth and so on. But on that one, I digress. But it says, every so often, the human race gets a little credit, like this week's when NASA reported that space probes discovered an artificial barrier around Earth that was created purely by human activity. The barrier is caused by low-frequency radio communications interacting with particles in space, which result in a sort of shield protecting Earth from high-energy radiation in space, Newsweek reports. The scientists say it's potentially good news and we could use the barrier to protect Earth from extreme space weather resulting from events like mass coronal ejections, so forth and so on. NASA detected the barrier with the Van Allen probes, which are designed to study electrons and ions in our new space environment. Normally, very low frequency signals from radio telescopes are transmitted from the ground and are used to communicate with submarines deep below. Blah, blah, blah. Now, this is a very odd thing because on this, out of this side of their mouth, they're saying that we're protected from mass coronal ejections, and then every single solitary week we hear a new story that our power could get knocked out, everything could go horribly wrong, the sun's going to kill us, when in fact, none of that is real. None of that is real whatsoever. And I'm going to show you some information from a very long time ago and see if this makes any sense to you. This is purely my opinion, and this is purely the opinion of this fella.
Dawn of our civilization, all the way to the time of this breaking news, we humans believed that everything that exists up there is only what we can see with our eyes and with our optical instruments. Well, things have changed now because we have established the existence of entities existing in our terrestrial environment. And these entities are completely invisible to our eyes as well as to our optical instruments. They are fully visible with new instruments, therefore dramatically enlarging our conception of the perceivable universe with far-reaching possibility of future development and discoveries that perhaps are beyond our imagination at this time.
The revolutionary Santilli telescope is designed to detect antimatter in deep space.
Okay, so now long story short, I put this story up about a year ago when this first came out. The LUCIFER telescope that the Vatican uses is a Santilli telescope, and they can see things that are around us. They can see the dark and light forces, what some of us Christians call angels and demons. They can see them. These can be seen. They are watching these. The fact that NASA is going around saying that this is now our new reality is totally ridiculous because they're hiding everything from us. Why is it that NASA, with all the money that people pay them, all the money that's dumped into their coffers, these people haven't come out and said, actually, everything that we told you is a complete and total lie. We can't go to space. Everything that we said that we did before, we can no longer do, but we figured you forgot about that by now, so it's no big deal. And actually, we have telescopes that can see the light and dark forces that are all around us. This is totally ridiculous. I'm not buying it. It's amazing the amount of crap that's coming out, and it's funny that this article doesn't say anything about the technology to go to the moon being destroyed, like Don Pett had already said, but I'm not going to keep harping on that, no pun intended. At any rate, Richie from Boston, like, share, subscribe, or don't. I am out.